Okay, it's saved. Okay, so it's been a long time since I met you all. As you can see, I put up a lot of weight. I could tell. I've not seen what my weight is. My hunch is, however, it's gonna be I'm touching 85, which is 10 kilos more than like 2 months ago. When I came here in Canada, I said I was 80 kgs. In the last month, the amount of alcohol, vape, and food that I've been consuming, like I've been walking a lot as well, like almost 10,000 steps every day, but that is, of course, not enough. Anyways, I've been eating pizzas and pastas and whatever the fuck I wanted. I've decided that once I head back to India, I'm gonna stick to a good fitness regime and lose weight, despite my travel, because I think I should just get used to being on a regime while traveling because I travel a lot. Anyways, the reason I wanted to do this call today, not call, but I would say this recording today, is because I had a very enlightening somatic healing session recently. I wanted to talk about that. Oh, yeah, how's my hair? And this is my last night, you could say, in Toronto. It's still bright outside, but like today's the last night. Tomorrow I'm leaving, so I have tomorrow's day. So it's technically not the last day, second last day, but you can whatever you want to say. Anyways, so let's talk about the healing session, and I would provide some context. For too long, I think you have known that I've been struggling with the decision to head back to India. You know, I think I've covered that in my previous videos as well. And even though I had already gone back in December 2025, and now it's June 2026, it's been 6 months. I've been away for 5 months, like I've been in Toronto for the last month. And this month in Toronto, I have actually lived and enjoyed more than I did in the last 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years that I lived here. I've been active on FetLife. I made some very, very good friends. I had my last session with mommy yesterday. I did begging, it was really fun. Before that, I also explored other things that I wanted to explore. It was really good, and now I made good friends in FetLife, and they are like good, beautiful Southeast Asian. Of course, they're Asian. I like them. So one is a South Korean woman who was the healer for me actually, who did the guided meditation. I will get there in a minute. And another is a Vietnamese girl who's like also from my university, and she's like a year younger to me, but like we're friends, we're good friends. And like it's comfortable to the extent that we can go to sex clubs and all together, where like she's okay with me watching her and all of that. The thing is, I by choice don't want to participate with her, but I don't think she would mind if I wanted to. Anyways, so let's talk about the healing session. For too long, I have been in two minds. Even though I had already returned to India, even though I was slightly clear on what I wanted with life, I was still not that convinced or happy with it. And the reason I say that is because, like, when I was in India, I was always like, ah, fuck, what if I was in Toronto right now? And, like, there is nothing so important that was keeping me in India, and, like, why I'm in India, and all of that. And this month that I spent here, I really wish I had the 6 months here, but to be honest, I think it worked out for the best that I was here for this month, because like the way it all worked out, the way I met these people, it might not have happened had I been in Toronto for the since January onwards. Anyways, so for the healing session, I met her at a munch, South Korean girl Mimi, and we started talking, and I was like, what's romantic healing? She said, I'd be happy to give you a free session, whatever. So then we started talking, and I was like, yeah, I'm up for it, let's do it. So we met, and she's like, it's just a guided session. I was like, okay, fantastic. Mm. So first, she made me close my eyes and just like, go through with the session. Basically, now I've said this story to many people many times, so I don't want to repeat myself. But the idea is that first, she made me imagine peace and what peace looked like for me. So when I closed my eyes and there was good peaceful music playing in the background, her soothing voice was there to guiding me to think in a certain manner or think of certain things. In that, I figured that for me, when I close my eyes, serenity and peace would be where there is like a beautiful garden, there are roses, there are sunflowers, there is a beautiful waterfall with turquoise blue water. It almost looks animated. And then she tried to make me imagine what success would look like or what destiny would look like. And I told her that I like to call it Imperium. That Imperium is Latin for empires, and she thought that I was calling myself Imperium. I was like, no, no, no. My destiny is synonymous to Imperium, not me. So I told her that what I see is that I have a Rolls Royce Cullinan which has a convoy around it, security personnel and whatever. And in the car with me is this beautiful life partner of mine. The Cullinan signifies wealth. The beautiful partner signifies happiness. And the convoy signifies power. Later on, while we were talking, I also mentioned that one thing that's not visible in the image but is there is that thousands and thousands and millions of people are smiling with joy, not because they found something funny, but because they're genuinely happy. They're genuinely smiling because of something I was able to do for them or some way I was able to provide for them. So the convoy I have is not because I'm a bad person, but because I'm a good person. And we started talking over that. Then she asked me to imagine what I look like though, because like these were my surroundings in the future. But what did I look like? Let's imagine in that garden there is a mirror. What do I see in that mirror? So I said that I saw this person, future me or the wiser me, whatever, wearing a nice suit, blue colored suit. He is fit and healthy. He has a good jawline, a nice beard, and that's what me in the future look like. Then she asked me, let's imagine that that person put his hand on your shoulder while you're sitting right now and he told you something. What did he say? And I thought that me, the present me, in my heart, even though not saying it out loud, is saying, Destiny, you know what I want to be. And the wiser me or the future me told me that don't worry, it will all work out. Don't worry, it will all work out exactly the way it is supposed to. And while talking, one important thing, and I think this is the most important bit that came up, was I remembered this scene from Lion King where Mufasa came in the clouds for Simba and he said that remember who you are. You are my son and the one true king. In my case, I found significant attachment to this part where he said, remember who you are. And I came to realize that my life in Toronto, where there is freedom, I can do whatever I want, I can eat whatever I want, I can smoke whatever I want, I can have kinky life here, I have mommy, I have these friends. It all made me a bit too comfortable. complacent to some extent, where I, you know, had forgotten who I was meant to be, you could say. I thought that even though I love my life in Toronto, there is structure in India, and my destiny and my dreams pull me there. So even though I don't know what path will get me my destiny or my Imperium, I was able to come to the conclusion that that path will go through India. It will not go through Toronto. So I need to go back. That is the clarity I got. That if I really wanna live my life the way I want, that if I really want to achieve my goals and dreams and Imperium and destiny, whatever you wanna say, that I have been thinking of for a very, very long time, around say 6 to 7, maybe 8 to 10 years, I don't know, all my life, the dreams that I had for myself, until I would say my car accident, where I basically lost that picture. I think I found it again in this session. Now I know what it looks like, and the path for that will go through India. Not exactly my father's business, but 2 years in my father's business is mandatory for me to have a good knowledge of how the industry works, how land deals works, how people work, how I can make people work, and all of that. And once I have that knowledge, then it's up to me to decide what to do with it. So now, when I head back to India tomorrow, well, when I leave Toronto tomorrow, I'll at least not be in those double thoughts or double minds. I will actually try to enjoy my work. I'll actually try to make the most out of it as soon as I can. Previously, it would have happened that, let's say, my father he goes on a business trip. So I called it, okay, vacation day. I'm not going to office anymore. Now I think with this newer version or the more clarified version of me, I'm thinking if my father is not in the office, then I'll go to office still, I'll go to the factory, I'll go somewhere and still try to grasp as much as I can. Because now I'm motivated, now I'm clear, now I know at least what to do in the next 3 to 4 to next for the next 2 years. For the next 2 years, I have full clarity on what I need to do. So I can just focus on doing that. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on what you think in case you're still listening. Oh, yes, another thing I thought. One thing is my destiny, my Imperium. Another thing, important thing, was the image in the mirror, the fit, healthy guy. As you can very well see, I'm not there right now, though it could be the camera angle. This is me. There be the jawline, but only in this angle. I would wanna, look good even in this angle. Fit. I know I'm not fit right now. I know I'm not healthy right now. I've been vaping way too much. Like, I would say, I bought this vape for $100 and I feel it would be a waste of money if I don't finish it. Fuck health. So I'm not gonna do that, and I'm actually gonna stick to a regime, eat healthy food, do exercises, and make the most out of it. What do you think?